Hey, hey! So I am here with these lovely ladies. We are at the American Nurses, I never remember, AANP. It's the Nurse Practitioner National Conference that they have every year. And I was talking to a health professional friend of mine that did not realize that part of what I do is I pour into health professionals so that they can pour into others. And so we talk about wellness all the time. We talk about health and wellness. And really, nobody needs health and wellness more than health professionals. I'm going to tell you what. And as we were sitting here talking to some of the nurse practitioners, one of them came in and said, wait, are you talking about helping me? Or are you talking about training me to help others? And we want to pour into you so that you can then pour into others, so that you can pour from a full cup. And I know that for myself, I kind of felt a little frustrated that I couldn't do what I wanted to do for my patients. And on top of it, in the busy craziness of life and trying to teach everybody else what to do, I sometimes let my own health habits slip. And it wasn't until I started working with a coach myself that I noticed what was possible, when I lost my 55 pounds and I discovered what I wanted to be when I grow up. And we're going to go around so that you guys can hear from some of these nurses and nurse practitioners that their lives have been impacted themselves through coaching. So, Jocelyn.
Yes.
Welcome. So, Jocelyn, you're a nurse practitioner?
Yes.
Yes. And so how did pouring into you affect your life?
It changed in every way. So I had reached out to Donnie, interested in health coaching, and at the end of our conversation, she said, well, would it hurt to lose 5 pounds if you lost 5 pounds? And I said, no, it actually helped to lose about 50. I had gotten to a place in my health that, I had 3 children, I had lost my dad, I wasn't able to, I knew what to do. In here, I knew what to do. But in practice, it wasn't happening. I wasn't making it happen. I just felt really bad about my health. And so when I was able to start, working with a health coach myself, I was able to lose 50 pounds, and it has opened up my life in a whole new way in terms of my confidence, my energy levels, my ability to do the things I love, to have the energy to help others more. So it really has changed my life.
And how has it helped your well-being to be able to now help others? How has that been different from being a nurse practitioner?
Yeah, to help others, it's so rewarding because I'm actually seeing the clients that I'm working with make amazing changes. They're losing 50 pounds, 60 pounds. The changes are affecting, the fact that their medical conditions are improving because of their weight loss. It's incredible, and I feel like when I was a nurse practitioner, I am a nurse practitioner. When I sat in the office behind the computer screen, looking at labs and giving general recommendations, seeing patients once a year, there weren't sustainable changes happening. People weren't changing. It was very frustrating. I was telling them, here's the healthy habits, but they didn't have the tools and they didn't have the support that they needed to make those changes. So this is so rewarding.
So this is the thing, is that it is incredibly rewarding. So it's not only good for others when we help others, but it's so good for us. It's good for our hearts. It's good for our souls to be able to make the kind of difference that we wanted to when we became health professionals. And for way too many health professionals, they're tied down by so many restrictions and bureaucracy and insurance companies and payers and blah, 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 and they don't get to do what they really wanted to do. And vocational well-being has been found to improve well-being in all other areas. When you know that you have a big sense of meaning and purpose in what you do, it increases the chances that you're going to have physical well-being. It increases the chances you're going to have social well-being and community well-being. So let's move on to Kitty. So Kitty, tell us a little bit about your story. How has being a coach or working with a coach impacted your overall well-being?
So when I first approached nursing outside the box, I was looking for something to make myself accountable. So I had been successful in losing weight, but I was fearful of where I was going to go because I've been a yo-yo dieter. I've lost weight and put it back on, and I wanted to make myself more accountable and thought if I'm helping other people, then what a better way to do that. So throughout the process, I realized that I was a far cry from healthy, even after losing weight. I was a 24-hour-a-day coffee drinker. It didn't matter what I was doing. I was drinking coffee. I didn't eat well. I wasn't doing any form of like physical activity for myself. I just had really poor self-awareness of what I was, doing to help myself. So becoming a coach and working with a coach has helped me to not only improve my personal health. I feel like I am at a much higher level of health now than I ever have been, and I've been able to help my friends and family, coworkers, like all of these people that mean so much to me in my life, and helping them just better themselves too.
And that feels good.
It's so good.
Awesome. And next up, we have Leah.
Guys,
And so what is it that you do in healthcare, Leah?
well, I am a nurse practitioner, and I've been a nurse practitioner for a long time, so it's really weird to be here and be on this side of things versus being here, but I can tell you that this is a much more enjoyable side of things to be on. My life has changed so much since I met my health coach. First of all, it was just what I needed, a good kick in the pants to get healthy myself, but I realized that health was so much more than weight on the scale. For me, it's been the mental piece of things, and really as I've taken better care of me, it's allowed me to take better care of others. And as I've taken better care of me, I've been able to realize that there was a lot of things that I was doing in practice or not doing in practice to help people move their health forward. So health coaching gives me an option for family, friends, just everyday people to come to me, and I really see that there's changes happening in their health. And again, it's not just a physical thing, it's the mental thing. As far as what it's done for me, it's given me a lot more time freedom. As I have been a coach, it's provided financial freedom. And so I'm getting to spend more time with my little girls, which is what makes this mama heart happy. So
Even health professionals have families, and this is the thing, is that way too often they sacrifice time with their family so they can take care of everybody else. And what we do is we offer them a way to take care of everybody else while they take care of themselves. And that's what we're so passionate about, pouring into health professionals so they can pour into others from a full cup. And next up, we have Shelly.
Hi, guys.
So tell us a little bit about your story, Shelly.
So my story is I'm a nurse. I've been a nurse for 19 years. And I am also a whole health educator. So I chose the route of health and wellness and decided not to get my nurse practitioner because I knew that if I did that, I would be really just prescribing more medicines. And that's not really what I wanted to do. I really wanted to help people in the area of health and wellness. But I was struggling to find really my path and find my way in creating a business out of that and figuring out how to help my patients actually to create health and wellness in the way that I kind of imagined in my mind. And that's when I started working with Nursing Outside the Box. And I can tell you it's made a huge difference in my personal health because as I got more mentally healthy and more financially healthy from changing my vocation, from doing something that didn't fill my cup, which was managing disease, to something that was filling my cup, which is promoting health, really changed me as a person. I feel like I got my fire back, kind of got the spark back in my step, and I think that reflected in my physical body. I did lose weight. I did manage stress levels differently, but really I think it's that financial health and that vocational well-being really that made the biggest difference for me. So now I have ultimate flexibility in my finances and in my time and things like that, and I'm able really, which is most important to me, to really make the difference in my patients that I've really always dreamed about doing really since I stepped in my first clinical as a nursing student. That's really what I always desired but never knew how to really make happen. And I feel like Nursing Outside the Box helped me to kind of take that passion to for prevention and health and helped me bring it to my patients. So that's really what it's done for me.
I love it. I love it. And I love that these mamas talked about, the freedom that it has created for them. And as I was mentioning before, there's one book called The Well-Being by Tom Rath, and I can't remember the other author, but it's from the Gallup organization, and they did a lot of research into what is well-being. How do you define it? And they identified 5 qualities of life, 5 areas of life, that what they called was the currency of a life well lived. And they explored what is it that defines that for the people that live a good life, and they explored it across the world in almost 200 countries, and I can't remember the numbers, but it was a huge study. And they found the 5 areas was physical, social, community, vocational, and financial. And they know that not everybody has well-being in all those 5 areas. But what they did find out was that there is one area that if you have well-being there, it increases your chances of having well-being in the other areas doubly. You double your chances of having well-being in all 5. When you have vocational well-being is basically when you feel like you have a sense of meaning and purpose in what you spend your time doing. And with all of these nurses that I have, that I work with now, and that I have ever worked with in my nursing career, everybody wants to make a difference. And one of their biggest sources of frustration is not being able to generate the kind of difference that they want to make, and yet sacrificing time with the family members and the people that they love most for not being able to make the difference they want to make. And what we do is we allow them to make the difference. We empower them to make the difference. We offer them the tools to make a difference. And all the while they are available to their families and while they're generating an income to provide for their families. And so we pour into health professionals so they can pour into others. Now, we don't only work with health professionals, but I just have a soft spot in my heart for nurses because I am a nurse and I know their pain. And so if you're watching this video today and you know a nurse that is looking for improved well-being, please share it. And if you are a nurse or health professional, physician, any that relates to anything that we just talked about, please reach out to the person that shared this video with you, because we need you. We need you to make the bigger difference that we want to make, but we want to make a difference in your life first. So have a good one, guys.